Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're receiving this message. It's Ileana here of Cosmic Bella Wellness. I am pulling some cards for your new moon reading. This is the final new moon of the year 2020. This is an amazing one. It's a beautiful time to set some intentions for your new year 2021. We also just had a solar eclipse on the Monday, which provided these energies of transformation, right? The solar eclipse comes to shake things up for a lot of us. So I am actually just pulling some cards here for the collective. So before I jump to the Tarot and Oracle card reading for the 12 signs of the zodiac, I did want to touch on these energies and all of these energy activations that we've all recently received, right? Starting with the 12th of December. So coming closer to the winter solstice happening on Saturday, the 21st, there's also a beautiful divine portal and activation that is happening, an influx of energy we're all receiving. So this solar eclipse was very special because it has shaken things up and brought to the surface a lot of the weight, the dead weight, perhaps, that we have been carrying, or has brought to light a lot of the areas of our life that need attention and nurturement, right? So it's like bringing those shadows to the light so we can see them, become aware of them, and begin to nurture and heal them. So pay attention to what's recently shaken within your life, especially over the weekend, more specifically, right? Leading up to the day, December 14th. And the reason why this is coming up is so that way you can release all of that, right? That way we have this beautiful soil that we can cultivate as we are planting these new seeds, which would be our intentions for the 2021. So this is our final new moon that just passed. And I hope that you've had the opportunity to create some lovely intentions for yourself. It's an excellent time to do a vision board for 2021. If you haven't already, you still have time to do it. We're just getting into the crescent phase of the moon. And within the crescent phase, it's a time where you go for your intentions. So it's not too late to still plant those intentions, especially for 2021. We're really provided the opportunity to prepare ourselves and really set those intentions and all we intend to invite and what we wish to do for the new year. What are we building? What are you creating on, right? And also at the same time, slow down. What is the solar eclipse energies? What have they been trying to reveal to you? And what can you do? And what do you have in your power to heal that as well, right? So pay attention. A lot of dream work, a lot of shadow work, a lot of inner child work is coming up for a lot of us right now. So pay attention. I invite you to pay attention to that more specifically. If you have any questions, of course, you can drop into my DMs and let me know. If not, I am always open to booking a reading. However, I am booking into January right now. I would still love for you to reach out to me, and we'll see what I can do. Okay, so jumping right in, we're going to get right into Aries. My lovely Aries. Aries, you have really gotten to work, and I hear that your year has been a roller coaster, especially when it comes to your career, and you've been doing everything in your power to really set yourself up, and you have definitely seen some gain. You've seen yourself receive what it is that you're wanting to achieve. However, there's still this notion of dissatisfaction. This is what the Seven of Pentacles usually talks about. It shows that you've been working towards something. However, there's still something within your efforts that you feel you could have done better or you could have done more, right? And I just want to ask you, why? Why do you feel you could have done better, could have done more? What is the benefit of comparing yourself to where you are to where you feel like or think like you should have been? Because let me tell you, Aries, you have done so much work on yourself and your business, your marriage, your relationships in the past year that you're not you're so close to the project, you're not able to see the bigger picture and all the steps that you've done. I really want to tune into the numerology of the number 7. 7 is a very mystical number. So this shows that what you are still doing, you're actually in this notion of co-creation with the divine still, with your angels, with God, with Goddess, with Source, right? So this is showing that all hope is not, like, you're not done. All hope is not lost. You're not done yet, Aries. And that's where this sense of you haven't attained it just yet, right? And remember, when we feel like we failed in some way, failure doesn't mean that you've failed. Failure is just another notion of showing you there's a better way to do something. You're learning, you're trying, right? And you get back up and you keep going, because there is something even better for you to add to what you are doing more specifically. And I know you've seen some material gain from the work that you've put in over the last year. And I know you're satisfied with that, and you should be, because you've worked very hard for it. However, like I was saying, honing back into that number 7, number 7 is also a number that your angels are cheering for you. They want to provide you the rewards that you are seeking, the rewards that you are working toward. And they applaud you. They applaud you for your efforts and the work that you're doing, even when no one is looking, most importantly. And it's important that you continue persevering in that way, more specifically, because you are right there about to attain that power, right? That comes next after the number 7, which would be our number 8, right? The number of abundance, infinity. So no, you are almost there. And I'm hearing, please make sure that you're slowing down. Don't allow this feeling or this urge of dissatisfaction make you feel like you need to do more. Perhaps it's not so much about hustling towards something or forcing something to happen. Sometimes sitting back and bringing things into alignment, starting with yourself more specifically. So taking control of your health, recognizing where you can bring more love into your relationships, the relationship with yourself, the relationship with your career, your spouse, your significant other, just where can you add more love into the situation, right? You're not finished yet. And I want you to slow right down and just analyze where needs some nurturement from you more specifically. Okay, so learn to bring things into alignment. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter, okay? And you're there already. You've now come to a nice routine for yourself. So give yourself a pat on the back, right? You also received this notion of bring love into the situation. That is what your new moon, moonology oracle card is saying. So, to alleviate the sense of dissatisfaction, like bring some love and appreciation, that gratitude into yourself for all the hard work that you've done in the last year, and look at what you have created for yourself, especially career-wise, okay? And I want you to start practicing some mindfulness practices. So incorporating meditation, some type of breath work, some sort of relaxation, de-stressing practices into your life, because that is going to assist you with bringing things into alignment more specifically. And not just bringing things into alignment, but also your health, taking control of your health and bringing more satisfaction, fulfillment, long-term, okay? Especially coming into this year, 2021, you have a lot to build here. Keep with your momentum. You're doing amazing, Aries. Thank you. Taurus, you are up next. Taurus, what is going on, my loves? So you receive the Queen of Wands in reversed. One of the striking features about the Queen of Wands reversed is the negativity associated with her black cat. This symbol represents seduction and deception. When the Queen is reversed, she uses her charm and sexuality to force her way to her goals and ambitions. Desires can now be ruthlessly competitive, egotistical, and even vengeful. Jealousy, greed, and envy often motivate her subtle or bullying attacks upon other people. Unchecked ambition can drive her relentlessly forward on a campaign of ruin and destructiveness. So get that in check, Taurus. In a milder form, the Queen of Wands reversed can be a pushy, narrow-minded person, subject to telling lies and accomplishing goals. So, what is going on, my Taurians? What is going on here? So, somewhere you've been shaken from the solar eclipse. There's this notion of selfishness, egotistical manipulation, overly ambitious and excessively domineering, using your sexuality craftily to influence others, twist information, and exaggerate situations with bravado, creating deliberately deceptive conditions. Mottos are me first or my way. So what is going on? What is happening here, my Taurus? I feel this is so not you, and this is really coming to you. And I know there's a notion of you that feels this, and you're like, ugh, you don't want this anymore. And I'm here to remind you, you can be whoever it is that you want to be. You don't necessarily need to be this this person who uses their power in all the wrong ways, right? Because truthfully, that is not you, Taurus, at any level whatsoever. So your card, your oracle card says, what do you need to release? So what do you feel you need to release within you that is not serving you? What characteristics, what do you need to do within yourself to really allow that ambition to flow freely with compassion, with love, with gratitude, right? How can you incorporate compromise so you're not necessarily feeling everything needs to be your way? And when things don't go your way, what can you do to help little you, inner child you, feel supported, right? Feel loved. I'm hearing that it'd be really beneficial for you to actually tune into yourself, Taurus. And I want you to do a little bit of inner child work, get into a state of meditation. And when you feel that nice peak of alpha state within the mind, I want you to start tuning into inner you. Just visualize inner small little you. Sorry, not so much inner you. I'm talking inner child you. And I want you to connect to her, and I want you to ask her, what do you need from me? And just have a conversation with her or him, Taurus, male or female, please, or them, however you identify with yourself, Taurus. Please have that conversation with little you and find out what little you is needing so you can really release that grip of the my way or the highway, the grip of this Queen of Wands reversed, okay? What do you need to release? And from there, I want you to set some intentions of who you want to embody and who you wish to be, okay? And start stepping in that direction, Taurus. Please, it's important that you also understand, I'm hearing that you need to be reminded that you can really create yourself to be whoever it is you wish to be. You don't need to use anything but love and alignment to attain what it is that you are wanting more specifically. So do a little bit of that internal prodding. It's going to work wonders for you. I want you to get back to that Queen of Wands in right side up, right? The Queen of Wands, she is ambitious, she is independent, she is adventurous, right? But she also takes into accountability everybody's needs, not just herself. She's extremely resourceful and very popular, right? So no, like, you can choose to be whoever it is that you're wanting to be. And when you find yourself being this Queen of Wands in reversed, please do your best to take back your power. And remember, you have the power to choose which wolf you wish to feed within you, most importantly, okay? And release the stuff that just doesn't serve you, because it's just it does not serve you, babe. I hope you receive this message very well, Taurus. Sending you so much love on your journey. Gemini, you are next. So Gemini, you have been in the process of creation, more so when it comes to yourself in the past year. You received a major arcana. When a major arcana card pops up, this is usually signifying that There is something going on in your external world, or something externally that has happened to you that has created some sort of internal prodding. So you've been doing a lot of internal prodding all year. There's been a lot of adversity, a lot of challenge, a lot of things that are kind of stopping you. It's almost like you take a few steps and boom, stop. Take a few steps and boom, stop, right? This is the notion that I'm picking up on for you, Gemini. And you're receiving this Magician, which on my tarot deck, it's known as the Witch. So number 1 in Major Arcana is the Magician card. So there's also this notion of creation, like you are the magician of your life, more specifically, Gemini. So this external event that has happened that's caused you to internally prod has created an internal shift for you. And I believe it's safe to say that you are starting to recognize and find your power, especially as an alchemist, turning your sorrows and woes into treasured gold, right? You have really come to find I'm really sensing and picking up on this creative idea or this creative endeavor. And the Magician talks about the planning and directing of this ambitious creative endeavor, right? So you're really stepping into being the director for whatever this creative endeavor is. And you're also recognizing your desires to achieve, produce, and attain this, right? And I'm hearing that this goal may be realized through the dedication and concentration and your efforts, more specifically, right? The things that you've been doing or trying to do, you're really starting to come to realize what it's all about and what it's all for, Gemini. So great job. I'm hearing that this creative ambition, you're really starting to see the value in it and how it's going to provide this foundation for independence and freedom for you. And not just freedom, but it also provides self-reliance and self-sufficiency for you as well, right? It's important that you build your life around those values more specifically. Also, it's important that you participate and actively participate in the creation, the planning, the directing of this ambitious creative endeavor, more specifically. You are the perfect person for this, so quit doubting yourself more specifically too. The card that you receive for your oracle card is the end of a tough cycle approaches. And I'm hearing that you receive this because you've been stopped in your tracks so many times throughout this last year. You know, like I had said, you take a few steps forward, boom, you get stopped. Take a few steps forward, boom, you get stopped. So this is really reminding you that this tough cycle, this adversity, this restraint that your angels have been putting on you to just kind of get you to really internally prod to ask yourself, how bad is it that you want to bring to life this creative endeavor? And now they're also telling you that the end of this cycle is done, or it's approaching anyways. You're almost finished. You're almost there, right? And this is talking about full moon in Capricorn. When we think of Capricorns are the goats, right? They live on the side of the mountain. Like, they are fearless. Like, you know, they live comfortably living on the side of a freaking mountain. Now, Gemini, you are jack of all trade, meaning you can embody living on the side of that freaking mountain, okay? Don't let nothing scare you. Get on the edge of whatever it is that you're trying to do and just give it your all. Give it your 100%. Know that you have the ambition and the skills most importantly, and the talent to see through this creative, ambitious endeavor, okay? It's really important that you recognize as yourself as the one who is 100% qualified. You're the only one, in fact, who can bring to life your idea. Yes, if you have in mind certain individuals who you feel perhaps could help you or you can learn from, like, be resourceful. Do whatever it is that you need to do in your power to gain the resources to figure out your plan. But know that you are the director, you are the planner, you are the one who is perfectly capable. And like this is your divine creation. You are the specialist in this. No one else is, okay? So it's important you start to recognize yourself as this. Just like the magician, turn those sorrows, those woes into treasured gold. Make everything you touch turn into gold, and know that you have that power. You've been literally training for it all year around, and now you're coming to see this power, especially with 2021. So please make sure that you are doing those intentions, most importantly, and setting yourself up for success. Make sure you are planning for the success of this creative endeavor and bringing it to life more specifically, especially for the new year 2021, okay? Awesome. I hope you received this message well, Gemini. Cancer, you are up next. Cancer, you receive the Knight of Cups, Knight of Chalices. And when the Knight of Chalices comes up, this is showing qualities of kindness, empathy, romanticism, and intelligence. Cancers, you have really been embodying your Cancerian notion, your Cancerian energy, just all things Cancers, feelings, right? That knight in shining armor. Really emotive and intuitive, right? You enjoy delving into philosophy and psychology. And you're really feeling this urge to nurture yourself just a little bit more, Cancer, is what I'm picking up on. And you know, even myself being a Cancer sun, I have totally been feeling that notion of better showing up for myself, better nurturing myself, really tuning into my feelings, my mind, and my sensitivities, right? And for you, this is exactly where you should be as well. You know, like, this is also showing your selflessness, Cancer. You know, your affinities are for animals, plants, natures, or less fortunate, dependent people, right? Like, you really wear your heart on your sleeve and really give your last piece of bread to even those who you don't even know. As long as everybody is able to eat, you are happy, Cancer. And I totally understand that. You know, there's also this notion of you've been really into this dreamy, saving the world notion, and I get that. I pick that up. I'm there with you. You know that there is a better way of doing things, a more loving way of doing things. And I just want you to know what you have in your power, Cancer, is you just be that change that you wish to see. So how you wish to see the world, or how you wish, you know, the reflection of your world, how you wish that it would show up in that sense of being sensitive and, nurturing, compassionate, even romantic almost, right? That empathicness, right? People just respecting one another. Like, you embody that, Cancer. You completely embody that at a complete whole. It's important that you feed yourself in that way, right? You're very artistic, you're very spiritual, so it's important that you're also feeding yourself in those notions as well. And again, you'll be able to see more and more of that within your reality, your external reality, more importantly. I know you dream of this utopian world, and I know you vow to do something to help bring this about. So, you know, I'm hearing that what you have in your power right now is just to be of service, you know, and that's why this card, A Time to Give Rather Than Take, is coming up for you as well, right? The meanings for this card more specifically is be of service to others and know that love and money will follow. Okay. Also, I want you to know, like, when knights pop up in a reading, is showing that we're still a little bit on defense. And I'm also hearing that there's no need to really necessarily be on defense, right? Not when it comes to those in your immediate life. More so those in like those you were connected to in day-to-day life. Right? You can depend on them. They are reliable. It's important that you know that. I know that perhaps there may have been some things that have shown you or hurt you and caused you to go back into your crab shell. However, I'm hearing this notion that it's okay for you to rely on these individuals. Also, it's okay for you to rely on yourself. Like Cancer, you've totally earned that, okay? It's important that you recommit to a healthy morning and evening routine also, is what I am hearing, right? When we think of Virgo, Virgo is all about routine in some way, right? So write out whatever it is, your healthy routine or evening routine of what it is that you want to do. And I want you to start doing it, okay? Like tackle it, get in with it, commit yourself to it. Gradual improvements are coming for you, Cancer, okay? So if you want success, it's important that you pay attention to it, okay? Don't be so nitty gritty. Just pay attention to the details of that success. So again, when it comes to planning of 2021 and what it is that you wish to invite, use these new moon energies to really create a nice game plan for yourself and what you wish to create, attain, and invite in for 2021, more specifically, Cancer. Okay, I hope you receive those messages well. Thank you. Leo, my lovely Leos, you are up next. So Leo, you actually received 2 cards that popped out for your tarot part of the reading. And I really want to say I'm very proud of you, Leo, because I know the last couple of readings for you have been a little bit of a turbulence, and that's something that you, Leo, ruler of your kingdom, you are not used to. However, there's been this lovely shift when it comes to your emotions, more specifically, that you've recently felt, and it very well could be the energies of the activation on the 12th, or the solar eclipse energies, shaking things up and out, releasing, burning it away, right? I mean, the sun, that is your planet, or it could very well be even these new moon energies of just bringing a new beginning for you, Leo. So this 4 of chalices, the 4 of cups talks about coming out of your shell and going back into the world, ready to take on new adventures and opportunities, right? So you've opened up, you're ready to open up to people and feelings again. And know that that is going to allow you to bring you to new relationships, to even transcend current relationships, right? Through honest assessment, right? New aspirations are emerging and new understandings take place with loved ones. And all of this awesome newness is really coming about because of this major arcana number 8, the crone, which is also known as the strength card in the tarot. And like I mentioned for Gemini, when we see major arcana show up in a reading, it's usually talking about an external event that caused some sort of internal prodding that then caused an internal shift. And the strength card actually talks all about self-love. So Leo, I am so proud of you. I am feeling overwhelmed in emotion. You should be very proud of yourself, Leo, because you have cultivated a new notion of self-love for yourself. You have come to this new level of self-love for yourself. This new. You have attained this spiritual love. You have found your self-love. You have taken your self-love and self-understanding to a higher level that is allowing you to really recognize and see the beauty that you are, Leo. And that is allowing you to get back out there, get back into the world, regardless of maybe what's weighing down on you still. You are taking all the lessons that you've learned in the last year and all the adversities, and you are really allowing yourself to come at them from a place, or you're healing through them by seeing them from a place of love. You're seeing them through a spiritual lens of higher love, which is transcending all of that self-doubt, all that self-criticism, It's really allowing you to step into your leadership so you can shine like the beautiful, bright sun that you are. So you have done such an amazing job at listening and nurturing yourself. And instead of becoming critical of yourself, you decided to become loving. And that is one of the best things that you could have possibly done for yourself, because now it has shot you into a whole new phase of self-love, a whole new relationship with self, most importantly. So you should be very proud of yourself for that. So much strength you have cultivated through those adversities. So take a moment to really honor yourself in that, right? That patience, the self-nurturing, that use of spiritual love, the analysis that you've done for yourself, how you've helped yourself by putting those fears and complexes into a comprehensive framework that is allowing you to have better self-control when it comes to your reactions, your triggers, and just taking control of your experience more specifically. And that's leading to this healthy self-respect and self-acceptance that you have really attained now, and you feel it. It's really settling in for you. So amazing job. You have been able to achieve your aims through kindness, and you've recognized how you catch way more flies with honey than vinegar. You've also set yourself up. You received this void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean nothing will come of this situation. It just means that there is, this is actually a very, very beneficial spot for you, because it just means that trust in the highest good. First of all, it's not so much that something is nothing's going to happen. It means that you have this clear space to create from. It's like being in the womb, basically. So now you have this amazing self-love and self-acceptance, and you basically have this opportunity to create anything you want from this, okay? Something better could be just around the corner for you. Believe that you will get what it is that you need, and it's important that you surrender any of your fears or just anything that you want. Just surrender it to the divine, okay? And it's important that you also take that time out to meditate and contemplate on yourself. What is it that you're wanting now that you've attained this level of self-acceptance, self-love, self-nurturement? What are you going to do with this, Leo? How are you going to show up with this, okay? Trust in the highest good. Trust. Virgo, you are next. Virgo, you received a major arcana, and not just any major arcana. You received the Sun major arcana. So this is telling me right away that you are literally have undergone some sort of personal transformation. There's this huge notion of rebirth that you've recently experienced, right? There is something again from the external, from your external world that has caused this internal prodding, that has then caused this beautiful divine internal shift for you, that has actually created this notion of rebirth for yourself and personal transformation. And this is what the Sun is talking about. The Sun card brings happiness, accomplishments, and self-fulfillment in some way. Mastery can also be indicated either from an educational, technical, career, or artistic endeavor. So the Sun can be talking about a marriage card when a reading deals with family, love, or romance. This is also talking about good health and successful overcoming of an illness. So if you have been dealing with your health or any kind of issues when it comes to relationship, you have successfully overcome whatever that is for yourself, Virgo. So go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back. The ideas of leadership and authority are symbolized within you, Virgo, in the role of chief or head of a situation. So rebirth, where this notion of rebirth comes into play, where you were able to overcome problems, and you were able to become a new person filled with positiveness, health, and successful self-expression. So you have done so much work in the last year on yourself in creating this new character, like you know, and you're totally allowed to do that, Virgo. 1000% you're allowed. If you were unhappy with yourself before, in a sense, you know, and you were figuring out, who am I? And then you just said, screw it, I'm gonna throw all those pieces on the floor. And then you decided to look in the mirror and you said, I'm gonna create and become exactly who I want, exactly as I want to be. And you went ahead and went for it. And that's what the sun is also talking about, this notion of rebirth, right? So, you know, this can manifest itself by even a change in your wardrobe, a change in your hairstyle, a change in appearance or your attitude in some way that physically projects itself, right? This newborn self, this new independent self, this new self-reliant self. You know, you're very trusting of yourself now. You've done amazing at manifesting this growth for yourself, and I think it's very important that you give yourself some time to celebrate that. Know you are safe and protected with these current changes and this rebirth, because I know when you're reborn, it can be scary. It can seem scary. It's like you're going from this big fish, you know, in a little pond, jumping into an even bigger pond, now feeling like a little fish. And no, you know, you're just going to eat it all up and you're going to grow even bigger. And you're completely safe and protected when this card shows up for you, Virgo, most importantly. Okay. It's also important that you meditate and contemplate on what it is that you want. Really think further, right? When it comes to this recreation of self, what are your values? What are your ethics? How do you want to express yourself? How do you want to show up in the world more specifically? Okay, so these are great questions to ask yourself, Virgo. And not only just ask yourself, but embody, so you can really step into this rebirth, this new person in some way, right? And how awesome, because you receive these energies, very supportive energies from the new moon, that is just saying, go for it, go for those new beginnings, go for that rebirth. Like, you have total path is paved for you to just walk it. But the beautiful thing about walking this direction and this path more specifically is you get to create everything you get to see on this path. Okay, so face your fears, whatever's trying to hold you back. It's important that you face them, right? The situation, in facing them will be healed in that way. And if you feel that it is time to surrender, well, surrender to the divine, okay? And do your best to avoid being deceptive in this process, right? It's not about faking it till you make it. It's just acting as if this is you and that is how you were going to do it. Okay, Virgo, you fucking got this. Pardon my French, but you do. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are looking for part 2 of the zodiac reading, the link is down below. So go ahead and drop down and click on the link below to find the second part for this reading. So that will be going through the zodiac of Libra all the way to Pisces. Thank you and enjoy.